President, we have a question from CNN Philippines. AC Nichols.
Ikaw talaga ang first, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Welcome back.
Mayong buntag, ma'am.
Sir, you'll be celebrating your birthday po next week. It's the
Tapos
first...
na po. They gave you the wrong date. It was really March 14. Mali ho yung 28.
hindi po pa, sir.
Na-
Next Tuesday.
I saw you on that day, di ba?
Po?
Kalimutan na.
Sir, pero next week po, sir, sa birthday niya, sir, do you have any special plans? First time po as president, sir.
No, I only have one wish actually. Nakuha ko na lahat. No more gifts to, except maybe a prayer to God for my country. I have reached the apex of my career. Material things which I cannot and will no longer be of use to me. I'm 72 years old. Give or take the reality of it all. It's gonna be about 5 to 7 years. I'm about ready by that time also. By the time, God willing, if I complete the term, I would be walking slowly than when I entered. Medyo saguyod na sa Bisaya. So, my wish, really, my prayer to God is that bigyan niya ako ng kunting lakas na lang to do an overwork time because it is needed. 24 hours is not really enough for the presidency. Unless you want to sleep more than just about 4 hours. I get to a lot of the state documents. And just to be careful, because I'm a lawyer, I take time really to understand what I'm approving. Mahirap na po ma-impeach.
Sir, it's going to
No
be
more, pag na-impeach tayo. So, extra careful, extra judicious. And that's, I only ask God that give me a little bit of time, a little strength to surmount the problems of the country, and that I'd be able to, not really to solve, but maybe mitigate some of the rigors of governance. At ang problema. Ang hinihingi ko po lang, tulong lang sa Diyos at konting o maraming pagka people will understand what I'm doing. I am really, hindi naman ako ultra, but we'll have just to deal with seriously the problems of, I hope to, there's a back channeling going on, I must admit that. But there are certain conditions to me which are no longer negotiable. So either I have it before I embark on another journey of peace talks. To me, this is very important, and I've said it before. I would not want to overemphasize it. It might irritate the old ones. But ito yung talagang, this will be this is it. And if you don't accept the conditions that I have imposed, I'm sorry, I cannot deal with you anymore. One is that, one is they have to stop. Yung iba lang sabihin ko. The forced taxation must stop. Second is that they are been talking about their territory, that the soldiers of this republic cannot enter into territories they claim it is theirs. You know, I do not recognize any territory belonging to any group of persons. Only the Republic of the Philippines on every inch of our territory, period. Third is that maybe I would ask for the release of all prisoners, soldiers, policemen, and civilians. Those would be the basic, if they cannot give it to me, then I'm sorry. At this early, I would say that I would have tried everything, but these are the demands that I cannot negotiate anymore. It sets the tone of how a republic, how a country would deal with the enemies of the state. Nothing short of it. Hindi ko pwede yung, I, as the representative of the people, I do not recognize any boundary for my soldiers to go and the police to go in and out. Mahirap po yan. But all others, including the upliftment of the Filipino, land reform, I would not confiscate but to improve on what is being done now. What was really lacking was the support. Yung equipments, the seedlings, and the time when they are in the waiting period for their plants to grow and harvest. Parang ganon. Anything that benefits the Filipino, I would bibitawan ko ang the last centavo of this republic for the people.
Sir, just a quick follow-up, sir, on your birthday, sir. Is it going to be a quiet day with your family in Davao, or are you spending it here in Malacanang, sir?
You're back again to my birthday?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Sir,
Ayaw mo nawala sa akin. Tama ka. I'm a liar when it comes to that thing about birthdays. No, historically, ayaw ko magpadrama. Pero kami noon, migrants lang sa Mindanao. And neighbors, Sunny Dominguez are neighbors, but it's not the neighborliness. Kasi nagtitipid yung pamilya. All that we did, and every one of us, I don't know, but most of my siblings go, we follow the same rule. We just sleep it off the day. I would be very glad to spend my time with my newest grandson, Stone, and the rest of my children and grandchildren. That would have been the greatest gift that I can ask in this planet. Yun sa akin, tama na. And for those who may natanggap na kasi ako. You know, I'm not trying to be a spoiler. Wala rin akong drama kasi totoo. Kakasabi ko lang na ibigay na ng Diyos ang lahat, ang dapat ko. Because God would only give you the things that you deserve. He does not give you things that you do not deserve or are not entitled to. So, naibigay na yung ng Diyos sa akin. I have reached, I said, the highest, the apex of anybody's dream. If you have something for me, some are very expensive, you know, I do not need it anymore. Tsaka baski bigyan niya ako ng mga diamante for every finger, I cannot wear it. Otherwise, I'd be stupid. And even watches and all. I stick with just what the ordinary people wears. Alam mo, maybe someday, but I said I'm too old for that. What would be the point of wearing a big diamond? You are 75, 76. You are better off with going to church every day to make up for the, you know, babawi ka pa doon sa mga pare. Baka gusto mo, ariglo na lang tayo. Pero wag mo na ngayon kasi left and right ang ano ninyo. Hindi naman tama yung iba. Especially sabi ko nga sa inyo, if I will stop sa droga, if I will mag-atras ako, I would have placed the next generation in jeopardy. Million kasi. Sabihin niya lang ninyo, 10,000, controllable number. Pero with a million, sabi ni General Santiago sa Pedean during his time, ni Peget at 3, tapos kay Bato ngayon, +1. I-maintain na lang natin. Let us put it at 3. Walang incremental increase. 3 million cuts across the country. Everywhere, the 3 million are distributed in all of the places of this country. Tapos, papaano yan? I'll give you an interesting point. I'm just being a lawyer. Kung itong mga drugista na ito, continued use of shabu and the drug will cause the human brain to shrink. Okay? Now, palagay na lang natin at a conservative estimate of about 800. Talagang unstable na. And they commit the crimes that they have committed before I became president. Do you know how many of them died? It's almost 77,000 in drug-related, all over the country. 77. Who will now answer for this grievous period of our time? Yung nabibilang nila, yung patay ng pulis o lying dead there in the pool of blood, and then you go into dramatics. Well, how about yung mga bata, yung mga estudyante, yung pinapatay, yung ino-hold up sa sakyanan noon, 77,000 is 77,000. Who will answer, who will take responsible for their deaths? United Nations? Have you contributed a single centavo to the funeral expenses? Yung mga bata na pinatay, yung mga infants na ni-rape, who will morally answer for all of these things? Ang problema lumabas to when I was mayor, I thought all the while that it was just a community drugs. Never did I realize that it would hit millions of Filipinos. And you have the goal to call my attention and even threaten me of bringing me to... You know, I said, and I will say it again and again, in this stakes there, when I was campaigning. Alam ko, why did I get the 3, where did I convince the 6 million? Tandoon nga ako sa Thailand, maraming Pilipino. Anong sinabi ko? Vis-a-vis with the rest of the candidates. We are infrastructure, lahat, all the good things. I limited, mine was about 5 or 6 promises. I will stop corruption in government and it will stop. Magkayarian tayo dyan, it will stop. Then I said drugs. Then I said criminality. Then one of the things that I said I will allow the burial of Marcos. And I complied with my promise. Then you are mad at me. Gago ba kayo? Bakit niyo ako binoto? With the simple promises, hindi pa rin nyo narinig. Then I said I would allow the economic managers that I will ask to help me run government. Hindi ako makialam. Nagsabi nga ako doon sa itong Mayte, sabi ko, bigyan mo lang ako 3 billion, okay na. I will build the hospital sa Holo, Basilan, and dyan sa Mary Johnston. Okay na sana sa akin. I was overruled by my secretary. I told him in the plane, hindi ako makialam. Then you decide, and he filed cases. So, di, pasensya. Mista ko yan sa class 67. I know him. And as a matter of fact, one time, he wanted me to talk to Congressman Ungab of the 3rd District of Davao. He was the Ways and Means, and they were raising money for the sin taxes. And he came to Davao with that carton doon. Mabuti na lang ako yung nagbayad yung pagkain namin. I was the one who invited. Mista eh. Sabihin ko na lang, para walang... Baka sabihin pa yung, kasi noon, mayroon pa lang kayong Tapos umalis siya, sabi ko, look, I am not up to it. Hindi, wag mo akong dyan. Hindi ko talaga ginagawa yan. Tapos nung nakita niya, sabi ko, ano yan? Parang gano'n, sabi ko, buksan mo nga. Pera, akala ko botilya. Kaya kung scotch lang, magkano lang man yan. Sabi ko, habulin mo. And, yung sapal, meron yung camera. And there's a TV circuit. And you will see Bong there going up to the plane. It's about to take off. Sabi ko, isauli mo yung pera niya. Last Christmas, Malacanang may dumating na magandang baril. I think it was in Nighthawk 45. It's an expensive gun. Sabi ko, I do not accept gifts. Hindi nga ako tumatanggap noong mayor ako, lalo na ngayon. Kaya ngayon kayo, marami man kayo, if you want to give me something expensive, just give it to. Sabi mo lang, Adre, President, yung ibigay ko sa iyo, binili ko na lang ng bigas, binigay ko. I'd be happier. Bigyan mo ako ng, hindi ko man magamit. Bigyan mo ako ng gold. Bigyan mo ako ng mga Rolex na gold. Putang, anuhin ko yan? Pagdating ko doon sa baryo, mabuti pa itong gagawin, itong presidente ito. Tayo naghirap siya, nagka-gold watch. It's a drawback. When you become a public official, early on, because I was a son of a governor, my father exactly told me how to behave in public. You only wear what they can wear. Do not buy things that they cannot buy. Kaya tayo, nasa gobyerno, I told my cabinet, if you want to travel, whether you like it or not, they would always assume na gastos ng gobyerno. Nandiyan ka sa gobyerno. So take the economy seats. Huwag kang magpano-ano dyan. Sabihin na to, mabuti pa ito. Mabuhay. So those are the things that you have to be careful about. Hindi ako, in birthdays, lalo na. Sabi na kasi, mahirap na lang tayo. Ano lang tayo ng manok, ha? Inilagay yung dugo, yung puting manok. Tapos yan. And then you go to the San Pedro Church in Davao, the cathedral, and you light a candle and make a wish. Do you know what my wish are? Of my wish were? That I'd be president, I'd meet you from CNN. That's about it.
Thank you, sir.
Atras lagi.
Mr. President, the next reporter who will ask a question is Laila Salaveria of the Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Mong nga, hindi ka di talk louder kasi nakatulog ako yung ears ko. Kanina pa ako, ayaw lumabas ang buang hangin. Medyo mahina.
Laksa ka lang. Good morning, sir. First, sir, I'd just like to get confirmation on the statement of DILG Secretary Sueño. Is it true that you want barangay positions declared vacant and the officials replaced with your own appointees to prevent those backed by narco money from heading barangays? Is
Again,
this your position?
barangay.
You want barangay positions declared vacant and the officials replaced with your own appointees?
You know, that's a problem. There is no legal basis for being there. Walang pulled over sa barangay. They are just there, I don't know, de facto, whatever. But the reason why I advise Congress, kinausap ko ito si Senator Soto, sinabi ko, because he knows the problem very well, but fingertips rin niya itong drug, kalaban niya. Sabi ko sa kanila, do not commit the mistake of calling for an elections now because narco politics has entered into the mainstream of Philippine politics. Ang manalo nito, yung mga barangay captain nga sa listahan natin. Either patayin mo na natin itong mga yawa na ito kasi kung pagka hindi, they will be elected again and you have the looming elections next 20. The local elections, it's just around the corner. Kung nandyan ito, and they can influence the electorate, magkakaroon ng utang na loob itong mga officials, delikado, because then you will have completed the conversion of this country into a narco-politics state, the URIC. Kaya sabi ko, wag muna, but they are there. I do not know what Senator Soto. anong plano nila, sabi ko, it's quite a bit messy. Kasi pagka tinanggal mo rin ang mga gagong to, magsigawa na, no, we are looking for a way to appoint na lang the barangay captains, but the mechanism of how to go about it, select them. Ako, I can, but you know, it's always the president who has the power to appoint. But I'm going to compromise with the church and everybody. They can nominate 3 citizens from, pagka magsabi ang PDEA, pati ang police, and the military, that they have no connections with the rebels. That's one. Second is that they are not into drugs. And third is that they are not really the leaders of politicians. If you can have that list, I would be happy to just, coming from the Roman Catholic, from the Islam group, the Jehovah Witnesses, it's not actually interference, it's the preference of the character that should be there. Eleksyon eh. Hindi naman sabihin nakikialam yung simbahan. And the Lions or lahat, lista mo lang yung accredited, they can nominate. So we can do away with shady characters. Pero pag ginawa mong eleksyon ngayon, ito ang mananalo, yung nasa listahan. 40% of the total barangay captains are into drugs. That's my problem. Kaya kayong mga Pilipino, be sure to elect. Kasi hindi ko kaya kung ako lang. Wala akong panahon na patayin silang lahat. Tulungan ninyo ako. Yung next, be careful. Be careful with drugs. Dilika, pera yan eh. Tinanong ko nga, I ask somebody sa plane, how long did it take you to earn your first million? Tanongin ko si, he need not answer, tanongin ko si Speaker Villar, Sir, kailan ka kumita ng first million mo, second million? Years yan. Lahat dito nagtabi. Drugs. May ulol na mayor. He distributed drugs on the east side. Yung Udikta na yun was on the west side. And how many Filipinos are deranged now because of their activities? They cook drugs, 2 months, they are millionaire. Kaya maraming pumapasok dyan. It's the greed money. Bantay kayo dyan. It's easy to produce and you destroy a generation of Filipinos. Kaya nga ako sa OFW, let me lecture 2 minutes. Kaya dumudugo yung puso ko. Nakita ko sila lahat shouting, Duterte, gano'n, with all the adulation and clapping. But what was in my mind? Well, I was looking at them. Yung pagod nila, nandoon nga sa ibang bayan. Yung sa ibang countries, 2-3 oras lang ang tulog. Because they are transferred from one household to another to clean. So itong anak ko lang helper doon siya. Then he has to clean the room of another relative. That's why they say, it's uniform. Hindi ba ninyo nakita? They are only allowed 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Have you not noticed that? And they are abused, raped, and they endure it, most of them. Manganak na lang dyan sa aeroplano. Tangina kayo. Yan ang masakit sa akin. Ang tatay nandito, yung gaday na doon. They work hard, endure abuses, so that they can send money here sa mga anak nila para mag-aral. And after years of toil, Madisgrasya, mag-uwi dito, nakita nila anak nila, babae, naging whatever, o hindi, na biktima ng mga durugista. Why? Diyan sa baba ang pinakalaban, the miserable life is there. Then you add to their misery. You do not even consider for a moment the blood, sweat, and tears of the Filipino, millions of them outside of the country. Tapos mukainin niyo ako na, kaya kayong mga pare, ilan? 10,000? Papatay ako ng 50. Sinabi ko naman, if you destroy my city, I will kill you. If you destroy my country, the more that I will kill you. I said, I will kill. Sa awa ng Diyos, wala pa akong pinatay ni isa ngayon. Kung hindi kayo bigay, hindi ko sinabing utusan ko yung police, pati sundalo magpatay. But if they kill those idiots, yung mga ulol sa buhay, in the performance of their duties, in obedience to my order, I will take the consequences. Do not worry. And if I will have to rot in prison, I will do it. Because not everybody is given the chance by God to be president. Not everybody, not Filipino na maging presidente. Putang ina, magpakamatay ako sa Pilipino. Let's say kayo. Talagang yayariin ko kayo. Do not do it. Drop Shabu, drop everything. Kayong mga politiko, I warned you. The mayors and all, barangay captains, huwag kayo talagang magkamali. Yayariin ko kayo. Do not do it to the Filipino. Not lalo na ngayon. Ihirit ako ng ihirit. I do not really care what your mayor ka. Ako mismo magamit ng baret, ako ang babaril sa iyo. Hindi kita madala sa ambush, barilin kita sa malayo. Lalo na yung mga political holding power, do not do it. You are courting death there. Prangka-prangka na lang tayo. Hanggang dyan, wala namang iba kasing paraan. Either you continue to plunder this country, you work, you inflict misery and agony sa mga kababayan ko. At ako yung presidente ngayon. Who gets the blame? Who will answer for this? When at this time, lumabas itong mga to, we never realized that it would hit millions. And when did it happen? During my term. Hindi ko maipasa ito kay Aquino. Hindi ko mapasa ito kay Arroyo. Nandoon pa pala mayroon ng, sa amin mayon panahon, hindi, ikaw yung presidente ngayon, hindi, solve it. Ngayon, ako, sige. Yung pala gusto ninyo. Kayong mga pare, you're put on notice that I will not, hindi ako atras. Even an inch, I will not. I will suffer the consequences if you want. I will answer for my deeds and for my orders. Go out and hunt for them. Arrest them. Mas gusto ko matulog sila dyan. Putangin. Yan, sa kulungan. Alam mo, matutulog sila nakatindig. For the utter lack of space. Good. Hindi ko naman kailangan patayin. Mas gusto ko patindig yan nakatulog. Hindi ako maggawa ng bagong kulungan. Tama na kayo dyan. Human rights. Gusto ninyo kayong gumastos. So if your hearts are bleeding outside, yung iyo, pati ano yung iyo, they keep on harping on us. I could not understand this iyo. Alam mo, iyo, between the years 1914 to 16, there was a war. The Archduke of Joseph Ferdinand was assassinated. Then the Second World War. First World War, kayo yan, mga gago kayo. You know how many died? 90 million Europeans. do not give me that shit about that happened a century ago. Things do not happen. You are as good as you are now with your conscience. Remember, pinatay yung isang sa Duke. It was known then as Prussia, Germany, and Austria. Then they went to war. Kalaban nila, sino? O di France, Russia. Ngayon, that was the First World War. The Second World War was, sino nagpatayan? Di kayo. Huwag mong sabihin yung konsensya noon ng mga lulo din nyo, mas magandang kayo ngayon. Tapos tayo pakialaman lahat ng ASEAN, if you want to know, kasi iniipit ninyo may death penalty sa Indonesia, may death penalty sa Malaysia, tapos pinipressure ninyo yung mga leader. Kaya puro reklamo sa inyo. Na ayaw nilang magsabi sa inyo, hoy mga gago kayo, putang ina ninyo, huwag kayong makialam. Tumulong na, walang magsabi sa inyo ng gano'n. Di ako na magsabi sa inyo. Puro kayo ulol. Sino bang gustong pumatay? Especially your countrymen. I was just happy to hang you if I have the preference, I'll hang all of you. Marunong kayo you're putting us down, you're exerting pressure on every country na may death penalty. Why are you so guilty about killing people? It is because it is in your genetics. That is why. Hindi ako pumapatay. Huwag mo lang galawin ang Pilipino, wala akong pakialam sa inyo. Yung guilt ninyo sa conscience is almost genetics. It is passed on to generations. Because ang awa naman ng Diyos, it was only during the war. It was only during yung colonial days. And you still insist about, we are trying our best to strike a deal. Because Jolo was never conquered by any who was ang Mindanao. But still, it was part of the Sri Visayas Empire of the ancient Malay race. Ang Visayas ang masyadong medyo different sa culture. But because of the vastness noon at that time, it would take you months to sail the seas. I'm sorry, I forgot you. I was carried away by the...
So I'll move on to another topic. Can I just
lang.
Sir, what made you change your position on same-sex marriage? Because based on your campaign statements, you
Mixed
appear
marriage.
to be open to same-sex marriage.
Mixed marriages?
Same-sex marriages.
Ganito yan. You're a Catholic. The earth is 5 billion years old. Anong panahon sa 5 billion years pumasok si Adam and Eve? Kasi kung tignan mo yung mukha nila dyan sa mga pictures, embossed or scratched on the wall, halos do not be offended. Pero, Stone Age, halos bakang unggoy. Na kung wala si Adam and Eve, kung magsumunod ka doon sa, I am not mentioning any particular manuscript or book. Those things, yung pinasa ng religion, it's 3,000 plus years ago. Anong pakialam natin noon? They were written by nomadics dyan sa... I don't know where they got those... 5 billion years old tayo. Kailan pumasok yung religion? At ano ang hitsura nila noon ni Adam and Eve? Di parang unggoy. Meaning to say the incongruity of it all. Totoo talaga. When was Christianity invented? Of the 5 billion years na nandito tayo. How many civilizations long before us? Ngayon, ako, I am centered on the human being. What pleases your existence? Isang daanan lang tayo sa buhay na ito. Kung ano ang makapaligaya sa isang tao o dalawang tao, kanila yan. But for the reason that there is a law which says, in the family code, sa ating civil code, that defining the relations of our society, marriages, birth, everything, it says this marriage is always between a man and a woman. If I allow it, then I would have violated the law. Pero kung ano, tanungin mo ako, kung anong makapaligaya sa iyo, iha, gawin mo. Isang beses ka lang dumaan dito. Never to return back. This is one straight deal. Kaya kung anong makapaligaya mo, you go out of this universe happy and fulfilled. If it makes the gays happy, let them be. I do not condemn anybody there. What makes you happy? Good. Just don't violate the law. Period. Check ka niya kung anong suyupin mo, wala akong pakialam. Kung kugon ubusin mo, di okay. Huwag mo lang yung, kasi may batas eh. At sumubra na talaga ang abuso. Imagine reaching the million mark. Sino naman maligayahan yan? Tapos nandito yung makialam. Masabi, death penalty. Son of a bitch. Isang mayor pinatay, marami kayong daldal. Eh, paano yung mga bata? Paano yung mga matanda? Paano yung mga inosente na walang kalaban-laban? Ni-rape. Sino ano nito? Itong animal na ito, kaya the choice. Going into drugs or not. Itong pinatay nila, wala talaga itong choice. Yung inold up nila, binaril nila dyan sa bus, binaril sa galing sa eskwela, waylaid, then raped, then killed. Nobody's grieving. Actually, itong mga EU, yung NGOs, mag-count kayo, madali yan. 50, ilan? 10,000? Gawain ko pa 50,000 yan kung gusto ninyo. Sige, you still protect them. Pag lumaki yung mga ulo nito kasi protektado sila ninyo, hindi ako maniwala sa inyo. Not me. Yung ibang presidente, sa akin, wala yan. You are expendable because you are into a lot of bullshit in this. I will not allow it. Not during my term. Hintay lang kayo. After 6 years, then you go back to. Ngayon, suspended ang vision ninyo. Choose. Choose. Kaya yung Lady of Justice, nandyan yan eh. Di ba, nakaganon siya? Oh, hindi naman minsan. Minsan, hindi yan sumusunod. Ganon yan eh. That's justice. Yung babae ng blindfold, minsan tumihirit yan doon sa bayag mo. Mili kayo. Hindi yung bayan ko tapos sirain mo ng ganon. Hindi ako pa hero-hero. I'm not a Rizal. I'm just nobody. But do not fuck with my people. God damn it. Huwag ngayon.
Good morning, Mr. President. Welcome back po. Sir, last Tuesday, may nahuli na isang member ng Maute sa Quezon City. And PNP Chief De La Rosa raised the concern that maybe yung Maute has already entered here in Metro Manila and has established presence po. Sir, how serious and up to what extent po yung threat na nakikita po natin on Maute dito sa Metro Manila specifically? And do you have any instructions to the police or to the military on how to counter these security threats?
You know, even just the connection of Maute is very serious to me. And I have said before, think it was in Lasal during the debates, when ako lang ang sumipot, sabi na, how would you deal with terrorism? My answer was, harshly. Sa yung Mindanao, I'm warning you, yung mga kadugo ko na Maranao, tulungan ninyo ako. Because I have warned you, hindi ako gaya ng ibang presidente, pabigla-biglang Marcelo. I just warn you now. Now is now. Tulungan ninyo ako. Kaya dyan sa Mindanao, pati yung mga bata na pati pamilya dumadaan, na isang pamilya pinagrarakrak lang dyan na walang because yung bangag, the terrorism there is fueled by drug money. So they earn fast. May mga maraming bilyonaryo na because of drugs. I use the word harshly. But I would not. You overdo things. You put bombs in schools. You bomb in mga IED dyan sa mga eskwela na mga bata. Then you have forced my hand to declare martial law. Martial law, hindi ko na kailangan pumunta ng korte para magkuha ng search warrant of arrest. Ang tawag nga nila dyan, aso. Pag ako ang pumasok sa Mindanao ng martial law, I will see to it. Tapos ang lahat. Mag-martial law lang naman ako, yung lahat ng problema ng bayan dyan sa Mindanao, tatapusin ko talaga. Gagamitin ko yung aso. Wala na akong pag-search warrant, wala nang sabi ang korte, bawal yan. And I would use the powers of the presidency to the hill. Pagka pumasok ako, sigurado yan. Ang kumakuha ninyo, puro aso, puro aresto, and maybe I will just also create martial courts. I will allow the military to try you and to put you to death by hanging. Huwag ninyo akong pilitin. Kayong mga may pera na, tama na yan. Huwag ninyong galawin ang mga bata, yung mga inosente. Walang kamuang-muang yan sa diferensya natin. Ako, inaantok na ako, pero I'm taking time to take questions because mabuti yan dumating na tayo dito. Ulitin ko, pag ako ang nagmarsyalo, tatapusin ko lahat ng problema, hindi lang sa droga. Then, ang bayan natin, dadive yan. Pasensya. Wala na akong magawa. It's either I save the republic or and prevent it from exploding. I will be harsh. And harsh is harsh. Do not try it. Do not try it. Kasi kakasahan ko talaga kayo. Do not do it. Please. Yes, sir.
Morning po, Mr. President. Julius Desamburan po ng PTV4. Apo, ang tanong po natin, ang inyo pong administrasyon ay seryoso po dito po sa pagkabit po ng pangmatagalang pangkapayapaan. And 9 days from now po, ang peace talks will be start in the Netherlands. Nakikita na po ba ng ating pong pamahalaan ang sinseridad po ng New People's Army, lalo na po nito pong past 3 days na i-report po ng ating AFP na meron silang 131 na neutralized na NPA members. Your thoughts about this, sir?
Well, whatever, but there will be no releases this time. I am not that. Yung last release ko, yun na. Pero yung mga NPA na matanda na may sakit, kasali yun doon, but that is a different category. It's because they are dying or helplessly old age. They cannot even lift a finger to wash their bodies. At saka mahigpit na masyado yung ting lupa pa. Yung mga hindi na maglaban. Maglaban yung matanda.
Opo.
Umay na kayo. Pero yung no more releases yung mga active. Sila rin nandoon na tayo. Nandoon na kami. With a very slight difference in the how to look at the problem. Sinira ninyo. At tapos, naglikir ng ceasefire, unilateral. Wala pa nga February 10. February 4, pinagpapatay na ninyo ang sundalo ko, pati polis ko. Ay, kalukuhan yan. Ayoko yan.
Thank you po, Mr. President.
Huwag ninyo akong pahiya sa mga... No, I'm committed to serve the Republic of the Philippines. I'm not there to please anybody. Ma'am,
Maayong buntag, Mayor President Duterte. I'm Ayi Macaraig from the French news agency AFP.
Agence Presse.
Agence France
Agence Presse Internationale.
Yes, sir.
Bonjour. Ambijamo bonjour.
Ça va bien? Vous, sir?
Ano
Ça
yan?
va?
Medya mo bonjour? Ang medyas mo butas.
Bonjour. Sir,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
question on China. Sir, before you left for Myanmar, you said the Philippines cannot stop China from building on Scarborough Shoal because you want to avoid a war and the loss of lives of our soldiers. Senior Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Carpio has suggested several options that are not related to conflict but diplomacy, like filing protests or possibly sending the Navy for patrols in Scarborough, and what he said, refraining from statements that seem to waive our claim. Are you open to other avenues of dealing with China that do not involve war?
This is what I said in China. And it was bilateral, and the defense secretary was there. My security, national security advisor was there. It was a bilateral. I said, I come here in peace. I am not asking for anything para hindi tayo magmukhang kawawa. I just want to shake your hand. But since you had this animosity with America, you have identified us unjustly on the American side. We do not share the American ambition or the aspiration to be the police of the world. I said, I just want to trade with you, and I want business because my country needs the money, the investment. But certainly, during my term, before it ends, or in the middle of my administration, there has got to be a time when I will confront you with the arbitral judgment. Sinabi ko yan. Well, sinabi nila, well, China, South China Sea is ours. Well, that is your view. That is your historical basis. But I have this arbitral ruling. So what do you suppose? I said, ikaw. Ay, sabi ko, ako, as I said, I want to trade with you because you are a very prosperous country. I need the money. So in the meantime, I'll set aside. But I said, remember my caveat that I will bring it up at someone. When they shall have dig the minerals and the richness of the bowels of the sea. Bakit ako makipag-away ngayon? Then, in that statement of Mr. Carpio, Justice, and everybody else, let me tell you now, I was informed that they are not going to build anything sa Panatag out of respect for our friendship. They will stop that. Hindi nila gagalawin yan. Sabi ng China, huwag kang mag-alaala, kaibigan tayo. Well, I will not tell you the source, but certainly from the ground, we will build nothing there. Pero yung sa iba, sabi ko, then yung gate na lang galing Indian Sea. Pagawa na lang kayo ng floodgate dyan. Diyan, bahala kayo. Dito sa atin, wala. Basta yun that was the assurance given by the Chinese government. They are not going to build anything sa Panatag because they want our friendship. They'll do anything to place it in jeopardy.
Sir, just to follow up, when did they give this assurance to you personally? When, sir, did they give this assurance to you that they will not build on Panatag Shoal?
China has a word of honor. Alam mo yung kaibigan kong isa sa likod ko ang hindi. Putang ina. Ito ang dublikara. But you know, but China, kung anong sabihin niya in good stead, talagang ginagawa niya. Kaya ako nagpunta sa China, may kapagdamano. By the way, my grandfather is Chinese. But, you know, that's beside the point. Kung magkaupakan tayo, okay lang. Pero, no, there's nothing to do with that. I know more sa kanilang ugali. Labi na, person in authority noon. Pag magbitaw ng salita yan, hindi dito, may State Department, may ano doon, may putar. Kung ano-ano nang gawin sa iyo.
Sir, just last from me. Sir, during the campaign, you said you were applauded for saying you would go to the disputed islands on a jet ski and plant the Philippine flag and say that this is ours. 9 months into your presidency, has this stand of yours changed? What changed?
Sabi nila, huwag ka na magpagod-pagod yan. Gusto mo kunin ka namin ng helicopter, dalhin ka na lang namin doon. Magmerienda tayo. Ganon kami kaibigan ng China, pati yung military nila. Medyo matatanda na nga. Pero, ayun ang kausap ko. Sabi niya, bakit ka maya-maya makasagasa ka pa ng pating dyan. Walaan ka pa ng paa.
So from jet ski, sir, to
Hindi,
helicopter.
ganoon ang reparti nila. Yung kumakain kami. Sabi niya, ang nagtanong isang general, mag-jet ski ka? Sabi ko, bakit? Gusto mo pumunta doon? Sige. Kuha ng helicopter, dalhin ka namin doon. Dala ka ng flag doon. Mag-arang bayang mag-iliw tayong lahat. So, what's the use? You can go there anytime, I said. I told them, ganito yan. Since you are claiming it, I am claiming it. Do not impede our travel there. Sabi ko, my Coast Guard, not the gray ships, what ang wag. They can go there and visit you, shake your hands, and you can park dito sa amin. Wala akong sekreto, sabi ko, you can travel around the islands at magbabay ka lang sa mga fishermen doon. I will not, sabi ko, innocent passage, you can pass by my territory. As a matter of fact, yung Russia nagpadala ng battleship. I said, sabi ko, tapatan mo lahat. Ando na yung Amerikano, nagpunta na ang Ruso, bigyan mo kami ng exhibit sa inyo. Sabi na, okay, we will be sending the biggest ship of China. Sabi niya, sige. Sabi ko, sige, bisita kayo doon. Magbisita ako. So, I don't know what kind of, maybe the aircraft carrier, they're about to, ginagawa na nila. You're free to enter, just inform my Navy. Inform the Foreign Affairs Secretary, inform my Navy. Wala tayong, maglaro-laro tayo doon. Gusto mo magira-gira kayo ng Amerika, pero yung sound lang muna. Wala yung totohanan kasi madamay kami. Because why? I'd like to tell why I do not want to precipitate a shooting. One single boom ang masira, yung panatag, yung Spratly. Ang masira yung Palawan, yan ang unang puputok kung hindi kayo bright. Why do you have to go there and look for yung friction? If friction could cause an explosion. An explosion, there's always the unchanging rule dyan. Alam mo hindi ako bright, pero abogado ako. The reality is miscalculation. Baski sa military, sinabi ko lahat yan. Be careful of miscalculation. An explosion can lead into a friction, a shooting, then you can have war. And before you know it, bakbakan nila yung Palawan kasi nandyan yung mga Amerikano, pati yung equipments nila. Be careful of miscalculation. Total, nagsabi na ako sa kanila, tama na yun. And they have sent to. They will not build anything there sa Panatag out in reaction not of my statement, in reaction to the statement of itong sila.
Sir, clarificatory question lang para sure. You said to China they're free to enter Panatag. You're referring to Scarborough Shoal as long as they ask for permission.
Huwag tayo maghanap ng away.
Okay.
It's always a goodwill visit.
Alright.
If they come here, fine.
Okay.
If they want to pass the territory, just inform the Navy. Just inform the Armed Forces and the Department of Foreign Affairs. Wala tayong problema. Hindi ako maghanap ng gera. Kasi kung maghanap ako ng gera, nako, papasubo ko yung bayan ko. Maganda na ang trade natin. Do you know that ang ating banana industry had recovered? Doble na tayo ngayon. Ang ating pineapple, ganun rin. It has increased by 50% more than the previous. Nung pinahirapan tayo, lahat na lang nang makita nila, sabihin nila, no, yung hindi masama to, gano'n, masamang produkto, madumi. Ngayon, China says, you send to us everything and we will buy. If it does not come up with the quality that we desire, we will ourselves make it a quality product. Bakit ako maghanap ng gulo? Naku. Gusto mo ako mag-ingay-ingay doon. Nasabi ko na in front of the official dome of the state of the republic. Nasabi ko na sa harap ng military, pati mga sila lahat. Ano po bang gusto nila? And I have this assurance. Kaya nga, that is not, that make you happy to hear na they are not going to build anything sa Panatag out of respect sa ating friendship. Yan paano magdala ng gobyerno. Ayan, pwede sulat-sulat. It could lead to, I said, a miscalculation. Lahat ng gera, it's always palpak, ganon, disgrasya, nagkamali. It is a result of a miscalculation. That's a very important word for all of us. Do not miscalculate. I will not do it to put my country in danger.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. President, our last question is from Victoria Tulad of GMA7.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, may nagsampa na po ng kaso ng impeachment complaint versus Vice President Leni Robredo, and others said they will follow. What are your thoughts about this po? And do you think sapat po yung basehan para ma-impeach si VP?
Ma'am, hindi ko nakuha. I only got it about a third of what you're saying.
Sir, may nagsampa na po ng impeachment complaint against Vice President Leni Robredo.
I won't allow.
Do you think, sir, may basehan po para ma-impeach nga po siya? What are your thoughts po?
Look, we just had an election. Guys, lay off. Stop it. Can do other things, but do not tinker with the structure of government. I will not countenance it. Elected yung tao. So, why do you have to sit just because he keeps on harping on me? Yeah, this is a democracy. It's freedom of speech. Wala naman, there is no or there are no overt acts committed. Kakatapos lang ng eleksyon, bakit mo sirain bayan? Okay, ako, malay mo ako, baka hindi na ako magising bukas sa bangungot, okay na. Siya naman, pero you create trouble there for ayaw yung military kasi ayaw na hindi naman tamad, pero bakit mo dagdagan yung problema nila? Pati police. Who will keep order in this country, kundi sila. Ngayon magsabi lang, hindi lang natin na magsabi lang, tanginang mga to, gusto ng gulo. Gusto talaga ng basagan ng ulo. Maganda na nga ang buhay, kakatapos lang ng eleksyon. This is a democracy. Leaders are elected. If there are to be a son of a bitch, it's still the people's choice. Remember that.
Sir, sorry, follow up. So wala kayong nakikitang mali dun sa ginawa niya, sir, na nagbigay siya ng video dun sa UN Commission on Narcotics and said na may palit ulo in the
Ma'am,
Philippines?
I cannot out of the country for 4 days. I have not been abreast with the... Alam mo, hindi ako nakabasa ng newspaper, yung mga column, hindi ko nakabasa. Yun lang, yung news talaga. But wala akong nahawak ang newspaper. Usap na lang tayo ngayon, gusto mo? Pagkatapos, you brief me, and maybe tomorrow I'd be ready to answer. I'll call you first. Ganda
you,
ng
sir.
smile mo,
Thank you.
Mga taga GMA talaga.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. President.
My
Members of the press,
countrymen,
thank you.
that's about it. Salamat po.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning.
Hindi, lamanuhin ko lang ito.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa